Thank you, members of the media, for coming here this morning. We have had too much negative news recently, so I hope today I bring you some good news. My fellow Singaporeans, I've been thinking for some time about standing for the elected presidency. Recent concerns have convinced me that I should stand for president because there have been recent concerns about the integrity of our national institutions. Why am I standing for president? There are three reasons. First, Singaporeans want to exercise their right to choose their president. The people of Singapore do not want another walkover. I'm standing so that you can choose your president. Second, the president has the critical role of safeguarding our reserves and the appointment of key public officers. I have been involved in public service for 45 years. During that time, I have been involved in building up our reserves at the GIC and at the MAS. The third reason is that the president must be above politics. I have never been affiliated to any political party. I am independent. Singapore needs a president who is independent of any political party in order to safeguard the integrity of our institutions, both in fact and in public perception. An independent president is better able to unite our country. Singapore faces uncertain and difficult times ahead. We may have our differences of views and political affiliation, but our differences must not become divisions in our country. As an independent president, I will be better able to help unite our country to face an uncertain future. I have never been a political figure before. My work has been professional and low-key. I never sought the limelight. I concentrated on my public responsibilities. Many people in the public service would know me or heard of me. But I'm aware that many Singaporeans do not know me. I will put that right in the coming weeks. At this stage of my life, I have decided to come forward and serve my country one more time. Singapore has given me so much. I want to thank the people of Singapore by coming forward. I'm happy that my family understands my sense of duty and supports me. They are standing here with me as I stand before you. May I ask you, fellow Singaporeans, that you too stand with me so that together we can build an even better future for Singapore. Let us be united for our future. Thank you my fellow Singaporeans.
Any other questions?
May I just take a moment to introduce my family? On my left is my fiancée, Sybil. And then on my right is my son, Terence, and his wife, Ling Fong. And then my first daughter, Deborah, and her husband, Mark. And then my second daughter, Georgina, and her husband, Alex. Sybil would like to say a few words to you. May she do so?
Just step up. Yeah. Here. Yeah. Don't be shy.
Okay. Is this all right? Hi, good morning. Kok Song is standing for president to serve the people of Singapore. Our family and I fully support him. 国松竞选总统是希望和人民携手保障新加坡的未来。我们全家人都给予他支持、鼓励与陪伴。谢谢。
Kok Song will take some questions.
Yeah, you can speak a bit louder.
So can you tell us about the concerns of the institutions that you had and how long you thought about it? Was there a particular incident that convinced you that you had to run?
Well, for some months I have been, considering whether to stand for the presidency. Then all of a sudden, we have this deluge of negative news, news reports about, which raises concerns about, the integrity, the personal probity of public service holders. So I feel that at a time like this, it is so important that good people should come forward to serve the country. Because the future of Singapore depends critically on good people coming forward to serve the country. And you may say the recent developments have, in a way, made it more difficult for people to come forward. And this is because we set very high standards of integrity, very high standards of personal probity for public service holders. So I feel that by coming forward to stand for the elected presidency, hopefully I can set an example, especially to the younger Singaporeans. Because unless more of such Singaporeans come forward, whether it's to serve in government or the opposition, how are we going to have a fifth generation leadership? We also need good people to come forward for the opposition. Because a good opposition makes a good government better. So it is for these reasons that I've decided today to come and collect the forms to be certified eligible to stand for president.
Sir, I'm from CNA. Given your experience with MAS and also GIC, are you worried that this might seem a bit pro-establishment and you'll be seen quite similar as in terms of experiences with Mr. Tharman as well?
Because of my work in the GIC and MAS, there might be a perception that I'm part of the establishment. You see, I spent 45 years in public service. It was a very meaningful experience for me, and I'm very proud of it. But we must make a distinction between establishment and government or the ruling party. I have never been a member of any political party. I have never been a member of the People's Action Party. But it's inevitable that when you serve in public service at a high level, You interact with ministers, with permanent secretaries. So yes, I have been a member of the establishment, but I have never been a member of any political party. So I'm independent.
Thanks, Hannah from Mothership. Can I just ask, what is the one thing that you would like to do if you are elected? Like one thing you want to do in your office?
Well, I think it's very clearly laid down in the Constitution what the powers of the president are. And I think the most critical role that the president plays is in safeguarding the use of our reserves and, of course, to uphold the integrity of public service holders. So recent developments, have led people to say, well, how do we uphold standards of public of integrity? I'm very glad that, as a citizen, that the Prime Minister has done the right thing, so that when questions arise in the public mind, he ordered an immediate investigation into the Ride Out Road matter. He immediately agreed with the CPIB that they should do an investigation in relation to the matter concerning Iswaran. And more recently, he took immediate action to report to the people of Singapore what he had done in regard, to reports about former Speaker, Mr. Tan Chuan Jin. So I think those are very clearly laid out in the Constitution. There was nothing that the President had to do because the Prime Minister had done the right thing.
Sir, watching from Zaobao, how do you think your company's shareholder equity department has met the election department's requirement? If not, how do you think you're qualified in other areas? Thank you.
My company, Avenda Investment Management, is not how I am applying for certification as eligible to stand for president. I'm applying on the basis of my public service. I'm applying on the basis of my work at the GIC, where I was the Group Chief Investment Officer for 6 years before I retired.
So how will you respond to talks about you joining the contest to split votes?
Joining the contest to split votes? Well, I'm an independent candidate. And, my family is here with me. At 75 years old, I'm coming forward to serve my country. This will entail some sacrifice on my part, maybe some suffering involved. Would I endure all this suffering? Would my family endure this suffering and sacrifice for the sake of just splitting the votes? No. I am prepared, and my family are prepared for us to endure this suffering because we want to serve Singapore, because it is in the best interest of Singapore. That is the basis of my decision.
Can I ask, what do you think about your odds in this race?
What are my odds? Well, I'm relatively unknown because I have never been in the political arena. But you can help me to become better known to the people of Singapore. So, most people, when they heard that I might be standing for president, they said I'm the underdog.
So,
But
please.
the decision lies with the people of Singapore. That is why I want the people of Singapore to understand the reasons why I'm standing. So they will be the ultimate decision maker.
Sir, can I ask a quick question? David Brown from Bloomberg. Obviously, the PAP facing some severe issues right now. There's a minister being arrested for corruption allegations, or at least it's part of a corruption probe. Do you think a vote for you is almost a referendum for Singaporeans about the state of the PAP, given that Parliament is clearly an ex-minister, deputy prime minister, etc.? And if not, do you think Singaporeans want somebody who can act as a bit of a referendum, as a vote for or against the ruling PAP?
No, David, I'm not
One step forward. You?
Mr. Ramlee asked whether I'm standing for the presidency, whether that will be considered a referendum on the state of political affairs in Singapore. I'm not standing as a referendum. I'm just standing for the elected presidency. And it so happens that the timing of this elected presidency, I'm standing here today. I didn't expect that before I come here today, there will be all this news. So it was never on my mind that it would be a referendum. That is completely beyond my control.
What's your question?
So you also mentioned that you don't. You mentioned earlier that you don't have. You are not very well known among Singaporeans.
Yes.
Given the short time frame between now and the presidential election, how do you think you can make yourself more well known to the public, other than media? Do you intend to employ some social media strategy?
Yes. I think it's very important these days with social media and with so many young voters. The last presidential election where there was voting was quite some time ago. So we have many young voters. And it's very important that I should be able to reach out to them, to help them to understand the importance of the presidency and why I deserve to be elected as president. So I want to be able to raise the political sensitivity, the political understanding among our young people, because the young people are the future of Singapore. So thankfully, I have been able to get help from a young team of people who are helping me, you might say, with my social media strategy, how to reach out to them. For example, you can go to the website.
It's up.
I just have one last question, if you don't mind.
One more question, because there will be plenty of time
No worries. I
for
just like to get it
many
all
more
out.
questions.
Do you
One
have
final question.
anything to say to the other two candidates that have gone and had names in the ring?
I'm very glad that other good people have also come forward to stand for the presidency. Former Deputy Prime Minister Tan Man and Mr. George Goh. I think we need more of such people to come forward like me to serve Singapore. But all three of us, and many, and possibly others, will have to be certified by the Elections Commission as to whether we have the necessary qualifications to stand for president. So I hope to be certified eligible. Thank you.